I'm back, baby. There's a lot of reasons why we lost this game. A lot. You know, we're going to start with obviously unnecessary penalties, disqualifications. It's just undisciplined football. Game planning. I feel like game planning came into play in this loss. Obviously, injuries had a huge part in this game. You know, Hurts with the concussion is a big part why we lost this game. But obviously, that's not on him. Injuries will happen. They do happen. But I felt like the game plan had more of effect on this loss. Why did I say that? Because when he went out, obviously, you know, Pickett threw a touchdown. But after that, it threw an interception. You know, obviously we had the Barkley run, but I believe the third drive that Pickett went on, he threw an interception because he stared down Brown. And obviously, looking at the play, it was a late pass. But yeah, people are gonna be like, well, AJ, Devontae Smith dropped the icing of the game drop, but really there was multiple drops. AJ had so many drops in his hands, dude, which is like pretty crazy. You know, drops will happen. You know, drops are gonna happen. Nobody's perfect. I like that Devontae came out and said it. Like, you know, I just dropped the ball. There's nothing more, nothing less to say. The game's over. And you know what? That's taking responsibility, man. So, yeah, the Eagles lose 33-36, but it's, you know, we 12-3. I think we're pretty much still in this thing. You know, obviously we need Detroit to lose their last two games, I believe, or a game, if I'm correct. Yeah, one game. So we can remain, you know, for that spot. If they lose both games, plus, I mean, obviously that benefits us. But the Vikings too, I think we need to lose. I'm not too sure about that. Now that we have a divisional loss, other things come into play, I believe, the conference games. But they obviously play each other. So either it's going to be one or the other for the Lions and Vikings. For us, we got the Cowboys next. We go back home, we stay home for the rest of the season. Thank God. And we got the Cowboys, and we finish off with the Giants. If we can, I believe, get another win, I think that's it. Like, we can clinch the division. And I think after that, but I'm not too sure how much of a play for the number one seed we are in. But if it's to the point where we wouldn't have to play our starters in the last week, I wouldn't. You know, especially if we could just secure that number 2 spot, I could live with that. But yeah, there is a lot of reasons we should have won this game, man. 4 field goals, you know, for the rest of it. I mean, it's just, I believe it was 24, 27, 30. Yeah, 4 field goals for the rest of the game in the second half. It's just poor execution. We did not execute. We did not execute, man. That's just, it just comes down to that. And people are going to be like, well, you lost your starting quarterback. And he is a big difference. Let me tell you, he's a huge difference. But the difference is, like, injuries happen. And what my point is, why was there very poor calling and game planning for Jordan Pickett? Kenny Pickett. That's what I want to understand. You know, as the game went on, he did adjust a little, but then we were throwing plays that, you know, Kevin Moore needs to understand as the play goes on, he needs to adjust to, you know, certain players, the way they play. And I felt like that played a huge scenario today, that we didn't score a touchdown in the second half, man. I mean, I'm not too pissed off about this game. I'm pretty sure that, you know, hopefully, God willing, that Hurts, I mean, from what I saw, he looked decently okay. I don't have a problem with them taking him out for the concussion, regardless of the thumbs up. That's what I like about this organization, man. If they see some little hiccup, especially hits to the head, they're gonna take him out, for his own safety. And other organizations are not like that, and I'm not gonna mention who, but they would literally risk it and put him back in the game. Not us, one little thing that triggers a concussion call, we will take our players out of the game. And I don't have a problem with that. And people are gonna be like, well, yeah, we blew up our defense. The problem is the lack of scoring of our offense. The punts that we had to do. I'm pretty sure we had like at least 10 or maybe 11 possessions, man, and we just didn't score enough. We didn't keep the ball enough, because we were not executing. And the fact that we didn't have Hurts out there was a big factor. We weren't doing tush push. Play calling was hugely different. It was not like helping Pickett. He did get strip sacked, threw an interception, got sacked a couple more times. He did have the touchdown pass. He had completions, got Devontae involved, but the tight ends didn't get in any receptions. We were putting a little bit more pressure on Gainwell and Barkley. Barkley still ran for more than 100 yards. But yeah, there was just a lot of reasons why we lost this game. People are gonna be like, well, you guys just lost because your defense got blown up. No, we lost because disqualifications, penalties, game planning, dude. We just, like, the fact that we don't. If this happened in a playoff game, I'd be pissed, man. I'd be really pissed off, because we need to be prepared for these things. We just need to. We need to be prepared for them. I don't want to hear, well, you know what, Kenny Pickett's not hurt. Well, he's not. But the game plan should be ready for him to be in there. The announcers, too, like, they were saying, you know what, there was something wrong with him. And I didn't really see it. To me, it was more of like he was adjusting to the game. At least I thought he was. But it's just the fact that you get a lot of playing time, a lot of reps. I have a problem with this, because we need to be prepared, on all sides, all positions, all angle. Everybody needs to be getting reps and during the week, during practice. There's just no excuses. I don't want to hear, you know what, well, he didn't play a lot of games, that's why they said, like, no, if this was a playoffs, we lost, we're out. We would be out, dude. We would be out. We would be at home. We need to. This is kind of like a playoff game we're trying to play for number 1 seed. At least that's what I was under the impression of. We have our starters out there and everybody's out there. Like, we're trying to compete for that home field advantage. As far as disciplined football, we're still not. We've been playing pretty good, but I feel like this game, since it was a rivalry game, people got under our skin and we allowed it. And it cannot happen, man. It cannot happen. I hope this is addressed during the week. I hope Nick Sirianni shows us all these videos of, these people getting in circles. The penalty where Sauce Gardner got his helmet taken off. He got the penalty. I hope all these things are shown, because we just need to be better disciplined football team. It looks ridiculous. Now I understand, you know what? Like, if somebody gets knocked down, you don't have the other team, that's fine. But these brawls, these hitting of the helmet and it's just unacceptable. I don't like it. It's not winning football. Literally, it's not winning or equal football. It's ridiculous, man. It needs to be cleaned up. These penalties cannot be happening. This much penalties. That's another huge reason why we lost this game. We lost this game because we lost our starting quarterback. We didn't have a good game plan for our backup quarterback. That's coaching. Penalties, that's coaching. We need to discipline our football team. As far as the drops, that don't really matter to me, because we didn't execute in scoring anyway. We 4 freaking field goals. That's not going to get it done, dude. This game should have been 45-28. 45-36. We should have had this game it should be 45-28 or 21. We should have had this game in the bag, man. But we just didn't execute because we didn't have a good game plan. We're undisciplined with penalties. Players getting disqualified. Clean it up. Clean it up. We need to clean it up. I don't want to see that against Dallas, man. I really don't. I don't want to see it against Dallas. We just move on to the next play and get the job done. I mean, just because we play them twice, we don't need to get heated. We don't. We're 12-3. Like, they're eliminated. Like, we're not in the same level as them. We're trying to compete for a championship. Act like it. That's all I have to say, man. Like, that's literally how I feel. That's literally how I feel about this football game, man. Next week we got Dallas, my second favorite game. They're not really competing for anything. From what I saw, they're eliminated. But you know they're gonna come bring it in our house. Obviously, they're gonna try to take us down. So we gotta get the job done. We gotta move on next week. This week's over. Yeah, we're 12-3. Let's move on. So what? We're still 12-3, man. Fly Eagles fly, and we gotta get back, man. We gotta be disciplined. Remember to follow your boy. Like my channel. Peace out.